Hey, on no work today?
They found asbestos in the office, so I get to work at home.
Asbestos in the office. That's like a snow day for grown-ups.
Yeah. Finally, some peace and quiet. No more of that chatty paralegal who's always hitting on the Sparklets guy.
If it's the same stallion that delivers ours, can't say I blame her.
Plus jammies all day. That's the perfect reward for a perfect career. And when I win this case this afternoon, I will be 25-0, which is the longest winning streak in the firm's history.
Yeah. That'll show all those classmates who voted you most likely to be disbarred for jury tampering.
All right. Let's get started. God's little to-do list won't check itself off. Oh, Beth, I see that you've given up on that whole silly working life phase.
Sorry, Karen. Still stuck in that phase. You know, some women like to call it the 21st century.
And some women like to get to heaven.
Huh. I never thought of it that way. Why don't you put it all in a pamphlet and mail it to my trash can?
Okay, you guys. Now, unless this cat fight ends in hair pulling and Nevada Jello, can we save it for a rainy day?
Michael's right. The two of us have a lot to do for the betterment of mankind. And Beth, you have what you do?
Yeah, killing babies. And worshiping Satan. I'll be in the study.
Okay, Karen, hit me. What's on tap for today? And if any of it can be done in my pajamas, you get a raise.
Well, let's see. We have a canned food drive, an adult education class in the afternoon, Paul Butterfield's eulogy, and the basement toilet is clogged again.
No, wait, who?
Michael, there's no way of knowing who's responsible for that.
No. I mean, who's Paul Butterfield?
Oh, sat in the first pew, wore Coke bottle glasses, recently deceased. I scheduled a service for 5 today.
What? No, wait. How am I supposed to write a eulogy in a few hours for a guy I don't even know?
I'm sorry. I forgot how new and helpless you can be. Pastor Oliver could churn out 6 of these puppies on a good day.
You call that a good day?
Here now, the first one's easy. The subject's name is Paul Butterfield. Okay, give me a somber adjective.
What? A Mad Lib?
Pastor Oliver preferred to call it a spiritual jump start, and it'll sound better with a pet and the name of the street he grew up on.
Okay, no. This technique may have worked for Pastor Oliver, okay? But I care about who Paul Butterfield was. And I owe it to his family and his loved ones to find out.
He was custodian at the high school. I don't think he had any family or loved ones.
Everyone has somebody who loves them.
What's up, preacher man?
Almost everyone.
Michael, I'll be at the church.
Hey, baby. I don't believe you've had the pleasure.
Nor the inclination.
Oh, I get it. Hard to get. Trent Stone's a master at that game. You want to ride this train, baby? I don't believe you got a ticket.
I would rather be hog-tied and strapped to the tracks.
Ooh, kinky. Lesbian.
Trent Stone, are you here for a reason?
Hey, I got some files for Beth before I take the Viper GTS out to guzzle octane.
You have a Viper?
We have each other, Michael. It's a mutual relationship.
Beth, honey, I'm leaving.
Oh, yeah, I got a great deal for my buddy, Johnny Metcalf. All I gotta do is pick up the payments. He had it less than a year, but he couldn't wait to get rid of it. I guess some guys can't handle 2 tons of vibrating steel. Sex appeal.
Lord knows I've tried. I'm out.
I don't have time for bad news, friends, so this better be good.
Better than good. It's a miracle. He's legally blind.
Who?
Your embezzling client, Legacy. He wouldn't know a plus sign from a minus sign if it smacked his seeing eye dog across the face.
Oh, that's incredible! Hey, do you want to stick around and think of things we can have him trip over in the courtroom?
Any other time, babe, but I got a date with Viper. Yeah, Trent Stone's gonna drive through poor neighborhoods.
Whose hot set of wheels is that out there, man? Oh,
Did you touch her?
no.
You may live. Check you later, babe.
Cameron, what the hell is that?
Oh, this is a didgeridoo. The Aboriginal instrument of peace and global harmony. Found it in the dumpster.
That's beautiful. As long as your global harmony doesn't get in the way of my lawyering.
See, I knew you wouldn't be down with the do. So I put some flyers up over at the college. If those kids will waste their money on tuition, they'll waste it on anything.
Hey, babe. Viper's giving Trent Stone a little toot. You got anything to, pry this squeaky fan belt into place?
Any tools are under the sink. Actually, I'm gonna need that.
So think. I mean, you must know something about Paul Butterfield. So far, all anyone can tell me is that he was nice and that he kept to himself.
Let's see, I mean, he was nice.
One of the older parishioners is coming by to tell me some stories about Paul, but come on, Karen, I'm gonna need more.
Well, he kind of kept to himself.
Pastor Mike! I'm Red Mitchell.
Mr. Mitchell, it's good to meet you.
What's shaking, Kathy?
It's Karen. And I don't think your wife would appreciate your behavior, Mr. Mitchell.
You can call me Red, Toots. And my wife's been dead for years.
I saw her last week.
I mean, in the sack. Oh, come on, Carol! I got an adjoining burial plot with your name on it.
So you knew the deceased?
Oh, there's not a soul that comes through this town that I don't know something about. Did you know that old Bill Fusco's been sleeping with his goat for going on 6 years?
Well, that's certainly interesting.
Goat gave birth to the strangest litter.
Well, there we go. So I was hoping that you could tell me about Paul Butterfield.
Oh, that bastard was a great guy, salt of the earth. Lived on the same block, you know. Grew up chucking rocks at each other.
Yeah?
Yeah, big-hearted son of a bitch. One day, we were down by the river chucking dirt clogs at each other when one of mine flew smack into the back of Lorraine Cantanelli's head and knocked her flat on her face. Great rack on that dame. And Paul, being the stand-up guy that he was, told her that he did it, and I ended up getting to nail the broad.
Yes. Yes. Mr. Lagasse, I understand. Yes. I'm willing to waive my fee. Well, will you at least reconsider? Okay, Mr. Lagasse. My client wants to plead guilty.
Why?
Because he says he did it.
That's the stupidest excuse I ever heard.
I know. Now I have to spend all day coming up with some way to change this blind crackpot's mind or my record shot.
Just help him to see the forest for the trees, babe. Actually, you better help with the trees, too.
Trent, what happened to you?
It's not Viper's fault. When I used the crowbar to adjust the spring-loaded tensioner, the thing snapped back and hit me in the face. It stopped squeaking, but I think I punctured the radiator. You got any Elmers?
You don't use glue on cars.
Oh, yeah. And that's why you and AAA can't touch Viper.
He grew into a real family man. Every Sunday after church, we'd go down to the orchard and chuck apples at his kids. He had a whole bunch. He even adopted this little Oriental kid.
You mean Asian?
Nah, I'm pretty sure he was from the Orient. And I'll be damned if he didn't raise him just like he was one of his own.
Wow. This eulogy practically writes itself.
Yeah, I couldn't have picked anyone better to spend my life chucking stuff at than Paul Butterworth.
Butterfield.
Who?
Paul Butterfield. The man we've been speaking about for the last 2 hours?
You said Butterworth.
No. No, Paul Butterfield. He sat right there in the first pew.
Oh, Butterfield.
You knew him?
Yeah, nice guy. Kind of kept to himself, though.
This guy cleaned the high school for 30 years, and these yearbooks, they don't even mention him once.
Did you check the custodial staff superlatives page? It's right next to the lunch lady's words of wisdom.
Hey, here you are, Karen. Well, blue eyeshadow, fishnets on the arms. You were quite the Madonna wannabe.
Notice the cross around my neck?
Yeah, hard not to with those rhinestones embedded in it.
Little help from the bedazzler makes one nonetheless pious.
What about your senior quote? Like a virgin touched for the 21st time?
I came to God a year later. It's always darkest before the dawn.
Hey, wait, let me see that.
Don't be so judgmental, Michael. We're Christians.
No. Now, look at this kid with the Coke bottle glasses. Steve Butterfield.
Cameron! Cameron!
Fire extinguisher! Viper! Hurt! Viper! Stay away from the light!
Cameron! Cameron!
Can you keep it down, sis? I'm practicing up there.
That is it! Didgeridoo doofus! How much do you want for that piece of crap?
I'm asking 250.
250? 250? Cameron, you got that thing for free.
I know. But I'm getting kind of attached to it now. I might just keep it. I'll play this baby till the wallabies come home.
Okay! Here's $100.
Sold. Whoa, whoa. What are you doing?
Cameron, I am slicing me a piece of quiet! Step away from the didgeridoo. I paid for it. I paid for it!
Nobody touch Viper.
I'm off to court.
Your husband is the master pastor. I got in touch with Paul Butterfield's estranged son, did some smooth talking, and he actually agreed to come.
Well, at least one of us is on the right track.
Hey, wow, you seem down. Is this because they made you change out of your jammies?
I've built a pretty solid case, but this guy wants to cop a plea, and I've got nothing to change his mind. I mean, at this point, it's pretty much out of my control.
Wow. I haven't heard you say that about anything since your little home perm experiment.
Yeah. Never did go straight again.
No. You know, you could try what I do when something's out of my hands. Pray.
Me? Pray? Over this?
Prayer. It's not just for people trapped in wells anymore.
Okay. I'm desperate. How does it work?
Well, you just talk to God like you talk to anyone. A respectful anyone. Think sidebar with the judge.
I know I'm supposed to kneel, right?
Well, you can kneel. But you don't have to. Just tell him what's on your mind. I'm gonna go finish this eulogy.
Your Honor. It's me. Beth. Gentry. The pastor's wife. Look, you're busy. I'm busy. I'll be brief. All I want is a chance to try this case. If I'm going to go down, at least let me go down fighting. I'm sorry. Am I supposed to be less demanding? Yeah, it's been a while. Yeah, my last prayer was when I was 8, and Nana dragged us all to Easter, remember? I had that white flowered dress on, and the choir was singing in unison, and I thought, I hate this. My stockings were so tight, and I didn't know any of the tunes, and Cameron swiped some money from the collection plate as business capital. And I prayed, God, please get me out of this church. And you answered that one. And who knows? If you help me with this case, I could start keeping you in the loop. Make it a weekly thing. Bi-weekly. I'll tell you what, let's see how this goes, and then we'll see if we can pencil something in for later. Amen.
Beth?
Karen?
Were you praying?
Yeah?
Oh, hallelujah! The prodigal daughter's out of the pigsty! I have prayed so many nights for this. I was once lost myself. But with a little help, look at the proud Christian woman that you two can become.
Looking for my pen so that I could go back to court and get some really guilty people off the hook. But you should have seen the look on your face, Karen. Me praying. That's a good one.
We live our lives leaving a trail of footprints, a legacy. Paul Ernest Butterfield had a job and a family, yet his path didn't leave much of a trail to either. He was like a good burglar, not leaving much evidence of his visit. Although he didn't take much, which leads him more to bad burglar. Or more like a good burglar who doesn't steal things, he just mops the floors. Okay, bad analogy. Look, the point is that we all get to decide what legacy we want, but we rarely get to control how it turns out. What life is, perhaps, is filling in the blanks between what we want and what we get. And it's here that our legacy is created. Paul Butterfield filled in his own blanks, you can be sure. I just can't read his writing.
That was beautiful.
Too bad his son canceled. No one came to hear it.
I did.
Thanks.
I lost my first case today. My client pled guilty. Idiot.
Hey, come on. You did your best.
That's the thing, though. I didn't even get the chance. Your praying thing doesn't work.
Yeah. Maybe God thought you needed another loss more than you needed a win.
No, I specified that I needed to keep my record intact. I was very clear.
Come here. Do you remember when we met?
Yeah, how could I forget the cops came?
When I was about to turn 16, I prayed and I prayed that I wouldn't have to drive the family Corvair,
Yeah, that car was ugly.
right? Well, if I hadn't been driving it that day, I wouldn't have stalled in the intersection, and you wouldn't have broadsided me.
I had the right of way. That was your fault.
I wasn't moving.
If you weren't moving, then how did I get whiplash?
You didn't have whiplash.
Well, the judge felt that I did.
The judge was your dad.
Are you calling my father corrupt right now?
Okay, the point, if God had granted my prayers, I wouldn't have met you. I mean, he knew that meeting you, that was more important than some car.
Yeah, but how about now? How is losing ever better than winning? That's bullshit. Bunk.
I don't know. I mean, maybe our legacy won't be a perfect record. Or 4 hanky eulogies that pack the pews. Maybe it'll be our successful marriage.
I still would have liked that record.
Yeah, and I still would have liked a different car. I got stuck with that Corvair and a loser wife.
How much you give me for this?